another industry presentation by Mr. Sourav Chakraborty, Deputy General Manager, Pre-Sales, Display Business, Samsung India. Can we have sir on stage, please? That's Mr. Sourav Chakraborty, Deputy General Manager, Pre-Sales, Display Business, Samsung India.
So it's good afternoon. Myself Sourav. I'm from Samsung. So obviously on education, you may think, how come Samsung is here on what they are doing? Yes, we are a display company. We will be talking about some products which we think on current days where your education system is going through a transform. It went from offline to online, and the future what we see is a hybrid, because the students are habituated with a particular style of teaching, which was always with a tablet, which was always with a laptop, which was always with some mode of online communication. Now, luckily from today, Delhi schools are opening from 6 to 12. I heard that yesterday on news. Now the students will come back to school. Last 1.5 years, they have been habituated with all digital. Now, they're coming back to school. We have to again go back to older thing, which is again not possible. Now we have to make it hybrid. They don't lose the touch of technology, and the teachers, I know how much uncomfortable they were initially for 2-3 months when this shifting happens. But when you are coming back to school, you have to have something where it matches the technology and also matches that human touch, which we were missing for last 1.5 years. So start with, we have a product called Samsung Flip. We have a stall here. You can go there. Everybody, whoever is teacher, must have used smart boards. It's quite common now. And it has been used from 5 years, 6 years back in schools. But we have spoken to lot of teachers, lot of principals, and what we found out is smart board is very good. It is showing a digital board. It is, you can annotate on top of that. But it is good to mark a circle, put an arrow, put a tick mark. But if you really want to use that as a blackboard, I know how comfortable you are there, because you need to learn a new thing, how to write on a digital board. Some digital board will say, write with soft hand, ma'am, then it will be good. Some will say, write with little bit more pressure, then it will come. Some will say, write on this way from left side. Some will say, write from right side. Not possible. At this age, learning how to write is impossible. So please go and write on Flip. That's the best part of this interactive board. You don't have to change your way of writing. The board will understand you and act as per that. You write with full pressure, you write with minimum pressure. There will be no difference on the font size, there will be no difference on the thickness, there will be no difference on your representation. And what we want and what we have done a R&D on teachers, on educational institute, we want to make teachers' life easy. You don't have to be taught again how to use that. It's like a blackboard, go start writing, rub with your hand, it erases, revert, it becomes a highlighter. Obviously, it has got other technologies also, but unless you, what we as Samsung feel, unless you make the teachers comfortable to write on that and can replace an actual blackboard, that will never be successful on school. So that's what we are saying is Samsung Flip is a digital board built to transform classroom in delivering an easy to use and engaging experience. So easy to use is very important. And obviously, experience to believe. We are not saying only hear us. We have kept our presentation very small, not to bore you. Come to our stall, write a single sentence. If you have used any smart board, you will go out of that stall with a smile on your face. You have never seen a smart board like that. So obviously, what we can do is solution optimized for education. We have made the board with a solution which is optimized for education, be it a K-12, be it for higher education. It's designed for creativity. Ma'am was talking about creativity. Ma'am was talking about design. I will say something when you go and experience the board. If anybody is a design or a drawing teacher here, you must have made drawing. Please come, we'll give you some brushes. Please make a drawing on that without making your hand dirty, without making the board dirty. Whatever color you want to mix, I can guarantee you will get the same experience like a canvas. And obviously, advanced collaboration feature because technology has to be there on a hybrid one. So the first is draw, write, and inspire new ideas. Ma'am was also talking about inspire new ideas. On this flipboard, you can draw, you can design, and I have seen students making masterpiece of drawing on that. I have seen teachers taking 12 physics class on that, on a graph paper, doing exactly same thing what he used to do on a normal blackboard. That's what we are talking about. Obviously, you have passive pens, no active pens. If you lose something, something will happen. Take a normal pencil, sharpen it, break the lead, start writing. Don't use the lead because that's a sharp object. Break the lead and start using that. You don't need any specialized pen to write. Second, flexible erasing. Use your hand or a soft cloth to erase something. Nothing will be there. You don't have to learn, go, choose rubber, choose nothing. Just erase like a blackboard, it will erase. And the last part is the touch. That's what thing is. If it can sense a paintbrush, you can understand how much sensitive it is. Next, painting. You make a watercolor painting mode. And if you really go there and put a brush, you will understand it exactly looks like a watercolor. Like when you put a watercolor on your canvas, some droplets come down, it will give that feeling there. You mix two colors. After you mixing two colors, before you give a highlighter, what generally on a painting you do, you dry it. There is a digital dryer. You dry it, put the third as a highlighter. So we have gone into that integrity on our screens. Obviously, brush recognition, color mixing, and oil painting mode also. Then comes obviously the schools, they are investing. So when that board is of no use, it's not been used by teacher to teach something, when it is not been used for any lecture. For example, let's take an example of a PTM. That looks like a dumb black image. Why to use that? On that same flip, we have given you a functionality. You upload an image, a single image there. Whenever you are not using that flip, that will automatically become a digital notice board for you. So if you are on a PTM, that converts to a digital notice board. If you are teaching something where it's of no use, you are discussing something, that's not blank because you are investing on that. You need to also communicate to others through that. So it will convert to a particular digital notice board. Going forward, lectures. Yes, we have multiple size. One size is best, which is 55 inch, which we have seen going to multiple schools. Why? It comes with a trolley by default from Samsung. It's not any third party. Easily movable. Anybody without any pressure can move across the school, just plug in on a PowerPoint, start teaching. Second, it gives you a physical HDMI out. So if you are on an auditorium, take that HDMI out, put it into your projector. You write something there, it is visible for a larger audience like we are doing here. If I would have put a flip here and connected my flip output to this LED, whatever I would have written on flip would have been visible on this bigger LED for your larger audience. So yes, when you are talking about other functionality like browser, opening any files, I'm not talking about that because if we are making a digital screen, that has to be given. So there is no cost, you will not. Yes, you have the writing experience. You will never love to use that. So where we have worked is on your writing experience. So not going further, what I'll do is, this is my last slide. As I told, I don't want to bore you with any specification and example. These are simply three things which we have divided. First is obviously for education, connectivity, how you can route, how many guys can write on that simultaneously. The screen we have here, 4 guys can run. We have screens where 10 guys can run simultaneously. You have bigger size up to 85 inch, smaller size up to 55 inch. We have powerful touch out to connect to external device. We have pen, brush mode, which I have already explained. And last, you have a document viewer, you have a web browser, you have everything inbuilt. If you have a MacBook, if you have an iPad, mirror it on the screen and start teaching on that. If you have an Android phone, mirror it on the screen and use that. You don't have to use any physical cable to connect to that. So it's easy to use, it's very flexible, and it's very compatible with whatever education system you have. That's complete my PPT. Any question from your side? Or I'll invite you whenever you are going out, we have a stall, just come there, spend 5 minutes. That's sufficient for you to love that product. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chakraborty. That was a very nice presentation. Samsung India also has a stall outside in the expo. So in case you guys need to know more about this product he was talking about or any more products related to Samsung, you feel free to go outside and look at the stall. And I would like to invite Mr. Abhishek Jani again to present a token of gratitude to our speaker, Mr. Sourav Chakraborty. And a huge round of applause for Mr. Chakraborty and for everyone present in this hall. I'm sure everyone is wide.